What is going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Major Ben gaming video here on the channel. I do hope you guys are having a fantastic day as always. If you do enjoy this video, please do consider subscribing and leaving a like, and please let me know in the comments what I can do to improve my content. I'm always looking to do as much as I can to be better at my news and reports that I do on this channel. But today we're going to be talking again about the Steam Deck. There's just no end of good news for this device, but it seems the Returnal PC port may actually support the Steam Deck. So Sony actually still hasn't confirmed that Returnal is coming to PC, but it feels like a certainty at this point. An entry for a game codenamed Oregon, I believe, appeared on SteamDB in May, bearing a lot of hints as to its real identity, read Returnal. Then in June, there was some convincing leaked screenshots showing images of Returnal with PC graphics options and control scheme customization. That SteamDB listing has received a ton of updates these past few days, and for the average person, the changelog is mostly gobbledygook. One entry in the change list stands out, however, because it points to Steam Deck support. That change was made yesterday, July 25th, but has a lot of changes that have been made since as well, perhaps indicating that a release is upon us. Sony hasn't announced Returnal for PC, and the company's main PC priority at present is the actual release of Spider-Man Remastered that we've just had. That said, Returnal is a prickly and niche roguelike shooter and probably doesn't warrant the months of promotion of the likes that Spider-Man and games like Horizon and God of War have received. You know, you got to remember, Returnal is a very separate game to the bigger titles that Sony usually does, but in my personal opinion, this is a game that would be fantastic for PC and pretty awesome on Steam Deck. Unlike Microsoft, which is seemingly averse to allowing its third-party games to play nice with Steam Deck, though there are workarounds, Sony's God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn and Spider-Man are both Steam Deck verified, or all Steam Deck verified. Returnal is the kind of game perfectly suited to short handheld sessions as well, so assuming its release on PC at all, Steam Deck would be a perfect fit. So there is some stuff there. There is some stuff on SteamDB showing that this game could be coming very shortly. We actually heard originally, before they announced Spider-Man Remastered for the PC, the game in question was actually rumored to be Returnal. They kind of came out, or Sony didn't come out and say, but it kind of was very heavily leaked that Returnal was already being worked on. We heard through the NVIDIA GeForce Experience leakage that actually Returnal had been shown on that. So there was already, you know, it's already proven that that game was in development, was being worked on for PC. And obviously this game is something that would be perfect, like a roguelike shooter like this. It would be awesome with mouse and keyboard or controller on PC. You know, playing this game at like 240 hertz with ultra wide support, or just like an FOV slider or just something along those lines always makes a shooter game better. Like, I play a lot of Warzone, for example, and that FOV slider along with the higher refresh rate monitors that you can get on PC is the best thing. Now, obviously, the Steam Deck doesn't have those things, but one thing it does have is obviously the back buttons on the deck. Now, you get some alternate fire options on PlayStation. So if you half press down the right trigger, you would get one type of fire mode. And if you full press down the right trigger, you would get like an alternate firing mode on the gun. So something they may have to do for the Steam Deck, or may allow for the Steam Deck, is something like the back paddles on the deck to be like one firing option, and then the actual trigger on the Steam Deck to be the second firing option. Or like one of the back buttons maybe switches between the different alt fire modes. So there's something there that could be really, really cool on this device. Having those back paddles really help. I actually use them on my Scuff controller on PC when I play Call of Duty. It's something that I have always loved having. So having that on the Steam Deck would be awesome. But as it says in this article, actually having a game that you can pick up and put down so much, obviously with this, the Steam Deck's quick standby time, you just power off the device and it will save where you're at, power it back on, you'll jump straight back into where you were in that game. So something like that for a roguelike game like this is huge. Like the fact that you could just power it down, you don't need, obviously you can't save in Returnal, but that would be something that's huge. You know, you can pick up between game sessions, and that's something with the PS5 that I always found very annoying. If I wanted to play a different game on my PS5, I would have to completely close the game, and next time I jump back in, I'd have to restart my whole run, because that's how a roguelike game works. You know, you can't switch. But this, I would probably, for the month that I was playing this game, or month or two that I was playing through this game, I would probably permanently leave it on my Steam Deck, and that would be what I'm playing Returnal on. And whenever I finish a run and I wanted to play it on PC, I would just swap over to PC. But I would actually play it solidly on the Steam Deck. My only desperate hope is that we can get this game running at 60 FPS on the Steam Deck. Now, I do have a little bit of doubt there. The fact that this game, even on PS5, is only I believe it's either 1080p upscaled to 1440p, or it's 1440p upscaled to 4K, but I actually believe it's 1080p upscaled to 1440p, which, to be honest, does not bode well for Steam Deck. Like, I know the Steam Deck is a 720p display, but the fact that the PS5, with so much better performance, the CPU and GPU and RAM capabilities, like the fact that it's still struggling to run at 1440p native, doesn't bode well for even 720p running on a handheld system. I think that's going to be extremely hard to push. Now, it probably will be a 30 FPS game, and personally, if it is, I wouldn't play it on the Steam Deck. I will still buy it to play it on my desktop because I'm really interested in the game, but in my opinion, a game this fast-paced must be 60 FPS. It just has to be. I don't think it's even any point playing a game like this at 30 FPS. It would be too difficult to be good at it. It's a very, very, very tough game. It's not a game that you want to buy just to try out. It's something that you will have to put time into, especially if you wanted to fully complete and get the equivalent on Steam to the Platinum Trophy, for example. It's pretty tough. So yeah, I mean, I'd be excited for it coming to the Steam Deck. I will obviously test it out on the channel on the first day it's available, if it does come to the Steam Deck. But to be honest, I strongly believe it's going to come to PC. It's a game that people have been asking for on the PC platform. It fits very well in the type of games that PC players usually play, even more so than games like Spider-Man, to be honest. I think it would be a big seller, not as well as Spider-Man, but I think a lot of the PC audience like games like this. Personally, I enjoy games like this, and I think it's going to be something that would sell well. So I'm desperately hoping this is going to happen. I think it'd be a huge release. And again, other games that I'd like to see is, I still want the Ratchet and Clank series to come to PC. Getting a Ratchet and Clank games 1 through 3 remastered on PC, and then some of the others, would be absolutely awesome. We're obviously still waiting for Uncharted on PC. I hope that Uncharted will get a Steam Deck verified tick as well. It's good to see that Sony seems to be pushing, as we just said. We've got Spider-Man, Horizon, God of War, all like verified for Steam Deck by Sony, by Steam obviously, but worked along with Sony. Like, Insomniac actually came out before the release of Spider-Man saying, we have got this game verified with Steam, like with the Steam Deck. Like, that is huge. That whole announcement is absolutely huge, because it just shows that a company like Sony and Insomniac working on Sony's game is pushing and talking about it, which just shows that the Steam Deck has had a big enough impact on the market that, like, it's a device that people are talking about, to the point where companies like Insomniac, have come out and put a tweet out there saying, we've got this game approved for Steam Deck, before even the release, because they knew people were waiting for it. They knew that the Steam Deck is, for some people, their first console / PC. And it's a device that tons of people are picking up, maybe as their first ever gaming devices. Maybe they've never wanted to get anything because the Switch doesn't appeal to them. There's certain games that aren't on the Switch, just not appealing. But the Steam Deck does have all the big PC games. So all these people are thinking, right, I'm going to get my Steam Deck. Now I also get to play Spider-Man. So all these bigger companies are now, catering for this. So it's just fantastic news all around. Hopefully we get Returnal. I personally think we definitely will within the next few months. I think early next year will be the release, but I think we'll get an announcement at some point. We've still meant to be getting Uncharted, as I said earlier. That's meant to be coming this year soon. So who knows, man? It's kind of all up in the air, but we've seen Returnal leaked multiple times. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Please do leave a like, as I said, and subscribe if you are enjoying stuff on this channel. There is tons of Steam Deck content to be watched on my channel that I've already made, and tons more coming in the future. I would really appreciate it also if you guys would just let me know what sort of videos you'd like to see. I've obviously got my 512GB Steam Deck. Is there anything you want me to show in a video detailing what the Steam Deck's about. I don't know, just someone let me know if there's any sort of videos you would like me to make. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome rest of your day. I'll see you in future videos. Bye bye for now.